Yeah, man. My name's Kevin Christian, and I'm on remote neural monitoring. So, I've been doing these documentation videos of these long lists that I make of like all of this torture that's going on with EMF broadcast. And I mean, I just sometimes it's like difficult. I mean, this week, one day I put out like a 10-part video series, totaling like 2 or 3 hours worth of me talking. And then another day it was like a eight more. And then yesterday I tried to put out as many as I could and made it like not even halfway through the list. And it was running like a couple days behind. And now I'm, let me see what this is. Um, this is for the 12th. So today is the 14th. And I got the list, and I'm gonna put the list in my stack of lists. And whenever I can't do videos and talk about things, which I do all the time, I talk about what's going on with my situation and these gang stalkers and remote neural monitoring and all of these things. And it's very well documented what's happening in my life, and I talk about all of it publicly on YouTube. But when I can't do that kind of thing, I'll make lists and like write pages and pages of what's going on. And like I've got like this huge stack of notebook papers that I wrote like in 2017 and 18, and then in like 2000, back in like 2016 I wrote like hundreds of pages. I was going to start on like a book and all this stuff. So I still have all of this stuff. So it's very well documented. And you know what? I'm not going to do this list thing today. From the 12th, this is going to get filed in the stack of lists. I can tell you that things like attacking my genitals, attacking my head, abdomen torture, violent eardrum shocks. Let me see if there's like anything that they said that I quoted. I like to quote things that when they say things, I like to tell y'all about that. Man, they said, man, they whine at me all the time. Okay, so I was thinking like Marcus was attacking my head, and this was uh 2 days ago on Thursday. Today's Saturday, the 14th of December, and 2 days ago on Thursday, they were attacking me, and Marcus was attacking my head with like this. I mean, just a high powered, pinpointed type of nasty broadcast, and it was going into my flesh, and I was feeling like it was like hitting some kind of veins or neurologic, like, it was nasty, and it hurt. Um, and so I was thinking about what could be possibly going on. And so that, they always comment on these things. And then the 60-year-old one, Marcus' older brother, talking about Marcus, he said, he's burning the veins in his head, definitely going to cause a stroke. That's the idea. Um, to be honest with you, it hurts bad, and it hurts sometimes. The things that they do, it hurts for a little while, but I don't know the long-term effects. And I know that these broadcasts can be harmful just in simply dehydrating the flesh in your body, and that's not good either. You don't want a dried up prune brain. So if they're attacking your head, it's bad. But ultimately, like when they attack me, even sometimes when it's really, really bad, like if they stop attacking me, with some hours later, I'm good to go. Like I don't feel like I've been attacked at all. And that's one of the things with this technology. Like the way that this broadcast attack stuff works, maybe it could cause long-term damage or damage that's not easily detectable from the surface. But um, it's like a perfect thing. They can torture you and attack you and not really get caught. You know, it's like you can't even prove that you've been under attack, and people are looking at you like some kind of hypochondriac, schizophreniac. Like, what's like? Now I don't see any injuries or whatever. Now I do think that have some. I didn't used to think so. Really, people post like these pictures of burns on their skin and all this stuff, and I still am very skeptical about a lot of that. Um, but they've attacked me with pinpoint type of burn type of things before, and I believe that it definitely could burn you and cause some skin burns. But I don't think that maybe if the like your credibility is like none and like nobody believes you about anything and the local town thinks that you're nuts and all this stuff, maybe then they'll do something that could cause bodily harm and get away with it due to nobody's gonna hear anything you got to say about anything because you're chalked up as a loony around your area or whatever. So maybe they can get away with it that way. But I mean, I don't know how extensive they can get. But I mean, to be honest, like I feel like if they could really like cook you alive and just kill you like outright, like it would be more people dying and stuff like that. But um, and there's not. But mind control music. That's a note that I wrote to myself on this little notes from the 12th. Imagine this, right? Imagine your favorite song playing in your head, right? And here's how this could work, okay? If you can imagine something, then this is what will happen, right? A gang stalker that's connected to you is receiving you, okay? And then they're talking to you with artificial telepathy, okay? So you can hear them out loud, right? So with remote neural monitoring, you can, now if you had the neural monitoring, I'm sure you could set it up as a standalone, just me in my mind, and set it up to hear your own imagination out loud. Okay. And if you can imagine music playing, like imagine your favorite song, hear it, right? And when you can imagine that and hear that, you could set up the neural monitoring to where what you imagine and hear, like what you hear it in your mind, could be actually broadcast back out loud, where you could actually start to hear your own mind out loud. And so to create telepathic music with neural monitoring is very much a possibility, because talking doesn't mean that talking isn't the only way that telepathy works. Okay, to to broadcast what's going on in your mind doesn't necessarily mean um, language. It can definitely mean sounds and music and things like that. So you could make telepathic music with neural monitoring. Now, all right, so let me explain what happens with your situation now. What can happen now with your situation? And this is big for the gang stalkers that do live streams. And it's if you're a creative, imaginative like person like that, then it's good for them. Okay, and it's mind blowing to them too at the same time. So, say you can imagine this music playing in your mind, or a song for that or something that you're just making up in your mind. Okay, a gang stalker on the headset that's receiving you on remote neural monitoring. Okay, they're connected to you and they're receiving you and they're wearing this headset, and everything that you think of gets emitted right into their mind. Okay. So you're thinking of this music that you got playing in your mind. Okay. Now, on the flip side of that, they're broadcasting to you, uh, and out loud, artificial telepathy, okay? Because they're talking to you all day long, right? But they're receiving you, and it is a form of mind control both ways, okay? So, um, as you think and imagine of these tunes playing in your mind, it goes into their mind, okay? And ultimately broadcast back to you as artificial telepathy, so you can actually hear your own thoughts broadcasted back to you. And that's why gang stalkers, like, people think it's artificial intelligence because of if you think of something, and then you got some gang stalker blurting out everything you think, and they call them like chatterbots. They just say what you're thinking, and it's because you're mind controlling them, and they're broadcasting back to you, and it's just this full circle, and you're basically, your thoughts are going through their mind, who they're just like the broadcast, the speaker, okay, to make it out loud because of the way they have the settings. Okay, so I might be making music in my mind, and Marcus and these other guys that are connected to me, these gang stalkers, it's going into their mind. But since they have it set to be artificial telepathic talking to me where I hear it out loud, so if I think of music, then it comes out loud, and it makes it seem like you're hearing your own thoughts out loud. And it's true, it is what's happening exactly, but with the full circle of it. Hey, it's going to the gang stalker that's receiving it, and since they have telepathy set to talk to you where you'll hear it out loud, then it comes back out of their mind as out loud, and you're receiving your own thoughts. And as it goes through, they can have some manipulation to that too. So it's like people get into like hive mind. So I might have music playing, and then Marcus, like, this is one of the things that he loves to do. It becomes like a game, and it's kind of fun. And he's a gang stalker, but that was one of the common grounds where we coexist, because I don't want him here on my mind, but I can't get rid of him. I've been trying for years, and until I get access to the neural monitoring or whatever else happens, I can't get rid of him. So at some point, I'm not a miserable person, and I try to enjoy life and love things or whatever. So, um, that's one of the places where we find a common ground and coexist. Um, so I really should take that call. I had to get back to it in just a second, but that's where we coexist. So I'll be thinking of music, and as it goes through Marcus' mind, and he'll put his little twist on it or whatever, and then it's coming back out. So, and then it's like a hive mind. It's like me and his minds together working on this music that's coming out loud. And he puts it's all on his live stream. So but it gets to be like a live music thing sometimes. And it's really cool, honestly. The circumstances are bad, and for me, consent would be key. Consent, and me having possession of my own neural monitoring, and consenting to who be connected to whoever, and then going through that process. So I don't have that. I don't have that. So I'm dealing with what I got. And sometimes I'll try to make a fun situation out of a horrible situation, and that's what it is. And it'll be this telepathic music type of thing. But like I said, if you had your neural monitoring, I'm sure that you could set it up to hear your own thoughts broadcasted back to you in just a loop without another person involved, so you could hear your own thoughts out loud. Okay, so I just thought that would be a cool thing, for you guys to know about and understand. Um, It's a big deal, and in the future, that's what you're gonna have. Is a lot of You're gonna have a lot of mind control music coming out once this technology and gang stalking and everything starts to filter out and become. Everybody has their own neural monitoring. This mind control ain't going nowhere. Okay, this is staying. When gang stalking's over with and everybody gets their neural monitoring and all this other stuff. Maybe it might become like a pay service, like a cell phone service or whatever, and um, and it might replace cell phones really, and it's neural monitoring and it's EMF broadcast, so you don't need any infrastructure. We're running around the earth putting up all kinds of BS like towers and all this other extra stuff that's unnecessary because they don't want to let this technology be known of by the masses publicly. But EMF, the electromagnetic field of Earth, is the infrastructure, and it is pre-existing everywhere. We don't even have to build an infrastructure. We just put the satellites up there to broadcast within it, and you got a global network totally connected with zero dead spots everywhere. This neural monitoring is perfect. I've never in 5 years, I've not had a 10 seconds of a downtime. There's no downtime. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. As long as the satellites are in orbit and the Earth has its magnetic field, then the broadcast is perfect. All right. So, um, anyway, um, it's kind of a cool day because I've got I got an aunt and uncle, and they were like my second parents really growing up, and like I spent a lot of time with them, and they're really good people. They're like the best role models in the world, and um, today their youngest son is graduating college, and it's like boom, like yeah, like we did this. We built our life exactly the way we wanted to, and then we had our kids and we raised them, and it was hard, but it was the funnest thing in the world. And then um, came to the point where they went off to college and they're grown, and and my cousin, he played football, for he had a football scholarship for where he went to school and everything, and they have been flying on airplanes like every weekend for the longest time, watching his going to his football games, and now he's graduating, and the older brother had already graduated college, and they're just all doing well, and they love life, and they love each other, and they love God, and they live that way, man. And it all pays out. You know what I mean? You get what you deserve, man. If you love life, you love God, and you live right, then you're gonna see your dreams come to reality. And so they're like some people that that's some of my family that I really look up to, and I've got a lot of good people like that, really around me and my family and all this stuff. And um, I feel like I got a lot to live up to, but I feel like I've definitely taken a different route, but it's important too. And this is going to be something significant. So that's where I'm at with it today. I got to get back to that phone call. I appreciate you guys watching, and my name's Kevin Christian. I'll catch up with y'all on the next one.